In the Malaysian state of Pahang, in the upper reaches of the Kelau and Teris rivers, live a small community of orang asli. The Chewong have been living in the forest of the Krau Wildlife Reserve for generations. Together with another indigenous orang asli community, they are now being forced to resettle to a new site 40 kilometers away in the valley below. The reason? A dam is to be built on the Kelau River. In the late 1990s, local and Japanese consultants put forward the idea of transferring raw water from the resource-rich Pahang state to the heavily populated state of Selangor in the Klang Valley. It was to be another venture into the tradition of Malaysia's obsession with mega projects. The water transfer project would require building a dam on the Kelau River, not to pipe the water directly from it, but just to regulate the amount of water in the river. Building a water intake station 11 kilometers below the dam and constructing a pipeline to connect them. Digging a 44-kilometer water transfer tunnel through the central mountain range at Karak, with its outlet on the other side in Ulu Langat, Selangor, and channeling this water to the Klang Valley, where the once tallest building in the world stands. A second dam at Temuan, south of the Kelau River, was originally planned, but has now been scrapped because of cost considerations. The two dams and the tunnel idea was mooted because it was perceived that the current water supply would not be able to meet the future water needs of the urban folks. The authorities claim that water demand in the Klang Valley increases by 7% annually. This simple straight-line projection would mean having to double the water supply every 10 years. These water demand projections are, however, flawed.
Our use of water per capita, per person, is about the highest in the world. Say like Singapore is managing with about 300 liters per day, but Selangor, including KL, is more than 500 liters per day.
The current water supply system in Selangor state is also inefficient and wasteful. Experts have called on the government to focus on managing demand instead of merely increasing water supply.
The authorities have not been looking at the demand side. They have only been looking at the supply side. If demand is this much, we will supply the required water. So this strategy is not sustainable.
The authorities themselves concede that a staggering 1 billion liters or 39% of treated non-revenue water is lost to leaking pipes or theft each day. Environmentalists have argued that spending money on recovering this lost water resource would make more sense than building more dams to satisfy increasing demands and increasing wastage. The Kelau Dam project will inundate 4,090 hectares of agricultural and forest land. The impact on the Kelau River ecosystem, including the pristine Lakum forest, will be irreversible. These forests are home to 147 species of birds, 22 species of small animals, most of which are protected. Also found in the Lakum forest are 88 species of plants, 15 species of reptiles, and a whole spectrum of insects.
Dan apabila kita membina ampangan kelau, kita sebenarnya telah akan memusnahkan 3,000 ekar hutan simpan dara yang hutan simpan, di mana hutan simpan itu mengenai flora dan fauna yang bila kita lupuskan atau kita tenggelamkannya, maka kita kehilangan satu sumber yang sangat penting pada negara dan negeri Pahang.
Furthermore, the proposed resettlement site for the orang asli at Lura Bilut is in another forested area. There's also concern for the safety of the communities living downstream from the dam, who fear the effects of a possible dam burst. This fear and their concern for the environment were loudly expressed in early 2007 when the affected communities gathered to protect the Lakum forest.